Hi everyone! Guess what? By popular demand, we are back with some cooking videos. So it is Christmas break. Right now I'm breaking up my roasted walnuts here because I'm going to throw them in my muffins. Yay! Alright, Sue's ready to get cooking. You guys got your apron? Got your oils? Alright, you may not have all the ingredients, but you'll be ready when you do. So we are making, I took a variation of a double chocolate zucchini muffin recipe, and part of it was I found I had some shredded zucchini in the freezer from our CSA box this summer and fall, and I'm trying to get some freezer space and also use some things I've got and bake because I have time to do it on my Christmas break. So first thing I did was I put my eggs in my milk. So I did a flax milk in there. So flax milk's got some good omegas. Those eggs are gonna have some good omegas. But I did, see, I'm doubling the recipe to hopefully make 24. And let me double check. I'm trying to remember what I did for my milk here. So I did a half a cup of the flax milk. If you drink regular milk, you can do that, but we don't. So I did flax milk. And then I did 4 eggs, and you want those to get to room temperature, so that's why I did those first. Then in here, I've got my cocoa powder, my organic sugar, and I only did, I believe, a half a cup of that, half a cup of cocoa, and then I should have a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I have a teaspoon of salt, okay? So, the next thing I'm going to do is just keep adding my flour, my dry ingredients. So I'm going to add in my flour. This is homemade ground Bob's Red Mill oat flour, or oats turned into oat flour. Easy, saves you some money. Yes, it's an extra step. I use a little coffee grinder. That is not for the coffee. It's separate. It's for my spices. I have one for spices and herbs, and then I have one specifically for my flours. So
got that right.
Those are hidden away. So I ground my oat flour. What do I keep it in? Some of you may ask. Well, this is kind of my gluten-free baking area. So I put my oat flour in there. I just get my big bag of oats and I grind it here, and then I just keep my oats up here. And I've got some other flours up here. So we're gonna add that in with the others. There's my oat flour, freshly ground. Usually I have some ground, but I didn't. This is gonna be tapioca starch or tapioca flour, same thing. And so for the oat flour, I did 1.5 cups. Again, we're doubling this recipe. And then I did half a cup of the tapioca flour or tapioca starch, same thing. All right, and here I have 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay, not baking powder, but baking soda. I had to take a double take on that, and we're gonna add that in there. All right, so those are my dry ingredients. Now, since these are sitting here, we're gonna add in, while I'm thinking of it, my vanilla extract. So this is my homemade vanilla extract. Again, tasty, saves you time. And there are 4 teaspoons of this, so we're gonna add that in. Okay. And then I have a 1/4 cup of grapeseed oil. So I did that. We're gonna add that. Oh, no, we're not gonna add that yet, sorry. I add that to the dry ingredients to mix them and then add this stuff in. All right, and then I have homemade applesauce, and I did half a cup. I did half a cup of homemade applesauce, unsweetened. If you don't have homemade, just make sure it's unsweetened. We're gonna put that in there. I went into my cans of applesauce and I had to open one, but that's okay. So I'll be eating that for some snacks and breakfast. All right, so we are going to whisk away our dry ingredients. So there's the cocoa powder, look at that. I'm sure you can always add more. This is a new recipe for us, so you guys are getting to see this firsthand, and we'll let you guys know once they're done how they taste. like I got some flour kind of stuck there. That's okay. So you want to make sure you get all those clumps. And if you need to use like a heavy spoon to help get those, you can. I tend to just keep whisking because usually it'll break up. And the clumps are going to go away when we start adding our liquids. So, all right, I'm gonna add in my grapeseed. You could do coconut oil, but I'm doing grapeseed because I know some people, like if I wanted to share these with someone, they can't do coconut oil. So I was trying to kind of play with that. And you might think, oh, that's not a lot. Well, you're gonna have other liquid in here, and then I didn't really squeeze out all the liquid from the zucchini, so part of the liquid's coming from there as well to keep these moist. All right, now we need, I got my peanut bees. Make that easier there. You can smell the cinnamon. And yes, we're going to use some essential oils in here, so you will see those coming shortly. All right, we're going to whisk together our eggs, our milk, our applesauce. Now, if you do coconut oil, yes, you want to stick it in there, because if it gets in this cold and it's not quite fully room temperature, it's going to harden and you're just going to get clumps. But with the grapeseed, you should be fine either way. All right, make sure I get all those eggs and applesauce all mixed well. All right. Now, the other thing we're going to add in here is we're on to our essential oils. So I have 2 here. I'm going to do cinnamon and I'm going to do cardamom because I like the flavor of cardamom. It's good for digestive support. Cinnamon's good for immune support. So they're just good ones, and they're just going to give it some good flavor. So I'm going to aim for 4 drops of cinnamon because it's going to get baked out a little bit. And then I'm going to add 3 drops of cardamom. There we go. That was pretty quick. I'm going to stir them all together. It's the fun part. Ooh, they smell good. Just adding that in smells good. All right, we're going to stick this in. And this is where we're going to say goodbye to our whisk. And hello to our spatula. Because I want to get all that liquid and all those goodies into my dry ingredients. And again, when you're cooking with oils, make sure you're using stainless steel or glass. Don't use your plastic mixing bowls. And yes, it's diluted down a little bit, so you might be fine. But err on the side of caution. It's always better. All right. Here we go. We're mixing, mixing, mixing. And then we're gonna, once we get this all mixed, we're gonna add in, you're probably like, where's the zucchini? What about the extra chocolate? We are getting there. How do those smell, Wally?
Not sure.
I love the smell of cardamom.
To me, it's kind of nondescript.
Nondescript? What do you mean?
As in, I can't tell what it smells like.
Ah.
There's a smell, but I can't describe it.
Okay.
It's nondescript.
Okay. All right, so...
You would think that saying nondescript says it all. Evidently not.
We are going to add in our zucchini. Actually, I'm going to drain off some more water. So it's firmly pressed, and there's 2 cups. And it looks like Got a little more water. So I did drain off what I could, but I didn't see, I didn't do all of it yet. Because you could drain it off using like paper towels and stuff like that. But I'm relying on some low liquid. And yes, this is still a little bit frozen. So it's really cold. And we're gonna dump that in. Okay. And we're gonna add in we're gonna do a cup of chocolate chips. We're doing the dark morsels. And we're gonna start stirring away. There you go, zucchini, get in there. So moms out there, if you're trying to get your kids to eat some veggies, maybe you're trying to get your spouses to eat some veggies or healthy things, this is a great option. Get some zucchini in there. They won't know what's in there. It'll just taste so good. What? They won't. With the amount of flavors going into this and the chocolate, you won't know what's in there. Yes, you probably lose some benefits, but hey, you get some oats so you get some good fiber. Alrighty. Now, Wally said he'd like some nuts in it, so we're gonna add in some toasted. I did some toasted walnuts for something else, and I had some leftovers, so we're gonna throw in. I'm gonna kind of do some handfuls here. I try to break them up some more. Some walnuts here. Look at that. I'm gonna do another little handful. And if you stir it and you want more chocolate chips, feel free to add more chocolate chips. We are going to call that probably pretty good. I think it's pretty even on the chips and the walnuts. Chocolatey gooiness. All right. All right, we're gonna bring this over here. So, I greased these with some grapeseed oil. As you can see, I've only done 12, so I'm gonna have to do some more. I do have more pins, but until then, we're going to fill them. Oven has been preheating while I was getting everything ready at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I like to use this little ice cream scooper for my cookies. I like to use it for muffins so that I kind of get it even. Yes, there might be something else to clean, but this way I know I like even.
And by that, she doesn't mean that she's clean. It ends up being me, just for the record.
Hey, sometimes I clean it, especially if I don't want it getting caked on.
Hi, Linda.
How is Linda tonight? Are you joining us while we cook?
Looks like it.
Great. I still have to make dinner, but I wanted to get these in so we have some breakfast or snack options. And then I'm also going to freeze some of these. So the trick about it is they cook for 20 to 25 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. I'm sure it's preheated again. And you are going to cook them at least 20 to 25. It depends on if they're coming out the toothpick trick. When you stick it in, it comes out clean. Then they're ready. But if it doesn't, then give it a little more time. And then you want to let them cool in the pan for about 5 minutes before you take them out and put them on a wire rack to cool. And you want them to cool all the way before you put them in a sealed container. And what you can do is put them in a sealed container and let them...
Hello, Rose.
You can put them in the freezer then after you do that. All right, so I've got a scoop in each. I'm gonna go back through and do one more. And that should be good.
Shoo.
I know, I wish it was that fast. That would make me happy. If you have paper liners, you don't have to grease yours. I don't have any. I like to save paper. So I don't have those paper products, but I just take that extra step and grease it myself. A little bit healthier too. This grapeseed is good for you, unless you're watching your oils. But it's still a good one. All right, again, we have cinnamon and cardamom in here. See these chocolate chips. This may not do 24, just because I'm...
We're just gonna do 12 massive suckers.
No.
They're Wally size.
Be more like,
They're Wally size.
probably be more like 18 that we'll get out of
Well, if we
these.
wanted on Wally size, we should use the small bowls.
Alright, so there, I did 2 scoops in each. We might get enough for at least 6 more. I know the recipe calls for 24 the way we did it, but I'm gonna stick them in the way they are and let them cook for 20 to 25 minutes until the toothpick comes out clean. So now I need to get my other pans ready so I can put those in when those come out. Alright, we will see you all later. We will show you a picture or maybe go live while we try these muffins. But again, it's going to be a little bit, about half an hour or more. And I got to get dinner going. So I will see you all again later. Have a wonderful day.
And let us know what you think about the vertical versus horizontal video. We're doing some experimenting because we're trying to be efficient with all the different social media that we're on.
Yes. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you again later. And yeah, these are going to be delicious.
Feliz Navidad y buenas noches, señoras y señores. We'll be back to show you the finished product. Yum.
Unless we eat them all.
It's a good thing and a bad thing we don't have smell-o-vision here.
Yes, it is. All right. Bye, everyone. See you
Bye.
later.